Friday. You're welcome to another edition of News Review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. I am Odunwayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this morning,
I'm Ambassador Rochimi Orilua, son of the prophetess. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching WYTV. Keep on watching WYTV.
Do not forget to connect us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. To all our viewers home and abroad, we say a very big thank you to you. During these trying times in this economy, we know it is not easy. We say a very big thank you to you. And also to our sponsor, Nokpa, because it is not easy sponsoring shows, sponsoring people at this particular time of what the economy is actually saying. We say a very big thank you to you. Nokpa deals with Nokpa about mixture, about coal, about tonic, about bitters, about flusher powder, about energy powder. Whichever you need, you can just send a DM or call the number 070-1010-8549. Do not forget to adorn your health with herbals because health is wealth. You know how we do it on this show. We'll bring to you news that made it to the top. We'll go on a short commercial break to our sponsor, Nokpa. When we come back, we'll talk on the one which will talk about the bone of contention, but we will not be the only one talking. You can drop your own comments in the comment section. Let's rub minds together. Let's know your view on whatever we will be discussing in the studio this morning. So on Punch newspaper, we have NNPC ties Dangote petrol price to forex rate. NIN required to buy 50 kg bag of rice at 40,000 naira, federal government. Massive flooding to hit 7 states soon, says government. On Vanguard newspaper, we have reps, NBA, PDP, others demand petrol price hike reversal. Don't worsen our pains with petrol price hike, Yoruba elders tells Tinubu. Army arrests students over kidnap, murder of FUNAB students. On Daily Post newspaper, we have Dangote has shown can do spirit with full production, says Atiku. NNPCL announces dates to lift Dangote refinery petrol. Court remands pastor over alleged rape in Ondo. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break to our sponsor, Nokpa. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Herbal Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. That is our sponsor, Nokpa Herbals. We say a very big thank you to you. Do not forget to adorn your health with herbals. So, you know, Nigeria is now a country whereby you wake up to hear one new thing or the other. They tend to bring out new policies on a daily basis. And the policy is not actually the policy that suits well with the poor masses. It is the policy that can actually suit well with them. According to a saying of yours that says, Constitution in Nigeria is not for the riches, it's for the poor masses. It is what will affect the poor masses that they do. Now, we are in the era where to get foodstuffs is problem. To get petrol, we are in deep mess. To get other basic home appliances, things that we need at home, it is not easy. Now the federal government is coming out to tell Nigerians that if you want to get a bag of 50 kg of rice for 40,000 naira, you have to have your NIN.
Well, I'm not actually surprised by this move because you expect any decision from this so-called APC. When you look at this government, I'm not sorry to have used that language that APC government as a whole, they are so heartless. When Muhammadu Buhari was here, when there was killing all over Okeogun in Ogun State, did he make any move? There was no move that was made. In Benue, 70 people were killed.
Nothing was done.
Nothing was done. The president, if not for the words that was coming up from the whole Nigerians that the president cannot even make a move of going there to see by himself. That was what makes the vice president to go to that place. Now, coming out at this point in time, when you if you remember or you recall, when the protest is about 3 days before, it will happen 3 days before the protest. There was a running letter scatter within this government, pastors, those people that are the presidency, coming out to tell us that there was an outlet all over the country that where the bag of rice is going to be sold for 40,000 naira. People were so marveled that they believe this type of people can just come out and wake up overnight and begin to fool the whole Nigeria. Now, after the protest, 3 days after the protest, they came out and said they have suspended those places. No, 2 days after they said the places meant for the civil servant alone. I believe, all their belief was that it's only the civil servant that are the citizens of this country. We don't have any other person as a citizen of this country than the civil servant. Third day after that announcement, they came out again and said that those places have been suspended for now. Why those places was not announced? Can you imagine the presidency, the House of Rep member and the senators coming out within a twinkling of an eye and overnight a decision that an outlet all over the 36 states.
One thing I want you to
How
know,
did they transport those rice?
One thing
Is it by here?
One thing I want you to know is that if today the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria actually wants petrol to be sold for 100 naira per litre, it will happen within the twinkling of an eye.
Exactly the point.
If a bag of rice, if they want it to be sold at
5,000
naira per bag,
it will
happen.
decision to suffocate Nigerians. Now they are coming out now to say anybody without there is or NIN wouldn't have the opportunity of buying those rice for 40,000 naira. Where are those outlets? Let them call those places out in each state that those rice has been supplied to that place. Okay, you can go to so place, so go and buy it. Look at what happened in Lagos State last month. You know, I told you on this show where the state government said they are going to subsidize some prices of food. There was a time Eco Food was open, an outlet of Eco Food was open, where you get there the prices of those food were unbearable for the masses to buy, and you said you are subsidizing it. They brought an egg with Lagos State van
40,000
to the market. They sold those eggs for 4,000 naira. Why those people,
in
the market women that were there, where they were selling those eggs, they were selling eggs out for 3,500 naira. And you said you want to subsidize egg, you brought it at the rate of 4,000 naira. Who are they deceiving? Automatically you will know that our government and the problems that we are having in this country.
Somebody said something and I want to put it to the government. The person said Tinubu made Lagos.
Who made Lagos? Tinubu didn't make Lagos.
I'm coming, sir.
It was Fashola that made Lagos.
The person said Tinubu made Lagos, and I put the question to this person, and the person till now, the person is unable to give me the answer. Was this how he made Lagos? Did he make Lagos? Let's assume Tinubu made Lagos.
Let me ask.
Did he make Lagos by frustrating the poor masses there?
So by overtaxing them. Let me tell you this.
Because the taxation is so high.
Let me tell you this. What do we say to Jakonde that introduced free education? Because I was one of the beneficiaries of free education when I was in Lagos. Because I attended Universal Primary Education. That was in Festac Town. I could remember vividly the exercise book and some textbooks that were given to us free of charge.
It's so shocking that all these people were bypassed and everything was given to him.
What do you tell Marua, who was a military personnel when he was in Lagos? Do you know the kind of job, the kind of work that Marua did in the face of Lagos, and you are now coming out to say Tinubu made Lagos? What kind of Lagos did he make? Then what do you say to Fashola? Is it the structure that Tinubu laid down that Fashola was going through? Then what do you say to Ambode? What do you say to Ambode that
even though his own effort was frustrated?
That is the tension of being overtaxed, that is the tension of last man pursuing vehicles. Do you know how many people there were being killed by this last man official in the process of pursuing a vehicle? Do you know how many people there were being killed by the road safety official in the process of pursuing a vehicle? So what do you say to Ambode?
The federal government has announced that only buyers with National Identification Numbers (NIN) would benefit as it commenced the sale of 30,000 metric tons of milled rice to Nigerians at a subsidized rate of 40,000 naira per 50 kg. President Bola Tinubu, represented by Minister of Agriculture and Food Security Abubakar Kyari, stated during the flag-off ceremony on Thursday that the rice intervention will be sold strictly on a one-person, one-bag basis. Kyari explained that the 50 kg bags of rice priced at a flat rate of 40,000 naira are part of the federal government's effort to provide subsidized milled rice to help alleviate the ongoing food crisis in Nigeria. This food intervention can be said to be timely considering the times and challenges we are in as citizens of this great nation. That means with my NIN, I can only get one bag of rice. Let's assume that the outlet is being open. That is not going to
solve the problem. Do you remember when
I'm trying to say something. This now, you say, okay, fine. Let's assume Nigerians, okay, we are okay by what they said. But now Abubakar Kyari is saying, one person's NIN can only get a bag of rice.
Okay.
And me, I deal with selling of rice. Why should I be able to purchase only one bag of rice at 40,000 naira?
And because if you deal with selling of rice, which means the program is not meant for you.
Can you imagine?
Deal with selling of rice.
So they do it basically for those that want to consume it at home.
No, it is not for those people that wants to sell. Which what the federal government used just to eradicate hunger in the face of the land. But what I want the federal government to know that all this scheme bringing out is to reduce Nigerians into poverty, to reduce Nigerians into animals.
We are now beggars.
We are now beggars in our own country. That we were the citizens of this country. We are now reduced to a beggar in his own country. Let me tell you this. After this rice was given to me, was sold to me, I believe one day the rice.
It will finish.
It will finish. So I will still wait.
Till another one is open.
Another one is open. In fact, when you look at them purposely, let me tell you this, willingly, the federal government, the so-called APC, were injecting poverty into the system of the old Nigerians.
They successfully done it.
Yes, they have done that. To the extent in which when they come out 2027, you don't have choice
than to vote for them.
Because your political master that tells you that your neighbor or your family member is an enemy to you, based that they were not in the same political party, that will tell you, okay, go and wound that person. At the end of the day, you go to the extent of wounding that person. You remember, I saw a video that went viral today, this morning.
Okay, sir.
A guy in the Mushin Idioro.
Okay.
It was the guy was a danfo driver.
Okay.
He was on the queue to buy fuel.
He was beaten.
He was beaten. Then the guy came out, confessing that he was one of those people that are beating those people that came to the polling booth, sir, that don't want to vote for Tinubu.
I do not pity that guy.
One of them that were beating them, that anybody that is not ready to vote for Tinubu should leave this polling unit.
I am happy that he was beaten.
Yes, it is not that I pity the guy. Thank God. The guy said they were being beaten at the filling station. Calling out on the Tinubu government to see how he's going to make things easy for them. That he regretted the day he came out to be beating people.
He has not even seen anything.
You see the kind of government we are running in the country. A government that it is what I want that you will do by force, by fire.
You go as far as beating your fellow Nigerians just to vote for somebody of your own choice.
Is it not a shame to the INEC official to have come out and say Nigerian presidency election was free and fair? It was the INEC boss that said, if you are not content with this announcement, go to court. And the man was still sitting on that seat.
He's still
as
there.
The INEC boss, and he has not been charged. He has not been dismissed.
No worry, everything will work together for our good. This one says, don't worsen our pains with petrol price hike, Yoruba elders tells Tinubu.
Well, you see, let me tell you this. I saw it in the news. I watched it on Channel Television yesterday.
Okay, sir.
Where the petroleum ministers and some NNPC officials were summoned by the president to come and have a meeting with the vice president of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima. They said after closed door meeting, They didn't allow the press to move to go inside together with them, not to know what they have discussed. At the end of the day, when they came out, you know what was said?
That was it.
They said they are going to make sure that the fuel circulated at the end of this week. And today is Friday. They didn't even mention anything that is pertaining to the fuel price hike. Then you will know that, do you think NNPC can just wake up in the morning and give an announcement of petrol price hike without consulting the president, without the directive from the president? Then you will know these people have nothing good to offer the country.
The YCE, in a statement by its General Secretary Oladipo Oyewole, said though it was hopeful that there will be a positive turnaround in the country, there is presently a lot of suffering in the land. The statement reads, the YCE remains hopeful that Nigeria will have a turnaround. However, going by scanty information available on government pursuits and activities, there is presently a lot of suffering in the land. But that as it may, we of YCE stand on our strong position that the interest of the masses to live a good life should be given full attention. Without regular supply of electricity, and with the official announcement of an increase in the price of petroleum products, which is PMS, the current hardship cannot but be increased in daily living by Nigerians. The federal government ought to immediately pursue every avenue to make available to our people the dividends of democracy, not through the distribution of palliatives. That does not seem to filter to the bottom, but by putting in place avenues to enhance proper quality living through effective governance administration. So coming out to say you are giving us palliative is not even what we need. Just tell us that petrol price has gone back to 250 naira.
You know how long people have been coming out to say giving palliative out, then you will know they don't have any good intention for this country. Why would you say, okay, somebody will come to you today, you will say he's hungry, you give him money, he goes, tomorrow you come to you give him money. What are you trying to say? You are trying to take domain of that person's life. Why you have some things that you can tell the person you introduce to the person, oh yeah, come and do this job. If you are doing this job, you will be able to get some amount of money at the end of the month. Those things were not being introduced. They shut all the borders. If the borders were open, presently for now, do you know bandits, villagers and farmers pay bounty before they could gain access to their farm? And on today's newspaper, I think one of the Punch newspaper said we were working for bandits directly on their farm. And now you are going after protesters. You are not going after banditry. Those people that are there inside the bush, you are not going after them that are destabilizing the peace of this country. Do you know how many people that were killed again in another village in Nigeria here? Nothing was being done. Now those people that came out for a peaceful protest, when Tinubu was coming out against Jonathan, how many of those protesters were being arrested when Jonathan was here? Nobody. Now, and in fact, this is a call to the international community. Let them come to our aid. Let them come to our rescue. We are suffering in our father's land. If this happened to us in our father's land, what will happen when we travel out there?
Even if you have any case in the outside country, they will just have to raise their hands up that you're on your own. If they cannot even defend us in our own country, how much more defending us outside the country? The last but not the least says NNPC announces date to lift Dangote petrol refinery petrol. They announces date. Why the Dangote refinery petrol? Why the Dangote petrol? Is you know one thing I love already on board. You know one thing and they are still postponing. You know one thing I love about this thing is the fact that I don't really want to say much about this. I want to stay till September 15, which is the date that they proposed, and see, because I know Nigerians and the government and their excuses. Come September 15, they might tell you that Dangote decided to say he wants to take 30%. Dangote is not giving us what we want. They even said Dangote is not the one to determine the price of the fuel. Okay. Now, okay, listen to me. Dangote Petroleum is available now. Yeah. And the whole country is inside. Based that they refuse to leave those fuel, automatically they are injecting pain in Nigerians. And let me tell you this, when you push the goat to the hem of the wall, it will turn back. It will eventually turn back to bite those that are pursuing the goat.
what do I call this NNPC of a change? It was like there is a cabal, there is a set of cabal within the NNPC that their power is beyond the power of the president. That's why the president is not doing anything about this
because
issue.
for your president to come out and say start selling crude to Dangote at Naira rate, and somebody's coming out from the NNPC to say he cannot tell us what to do. It's a slap.
Then the Nigerian refinery, the Port Harcourt refinery, they said the Port Harcourt refinery is going to commence operation this September. And there was no traces that refinery is going to work from now to December. Do you know how long they have been postponing this? They postponed nothing less than 3 times now.
This is the first time.
Despite the billions of dollars that were being spent on that, and nobody is being pro for that.
Let's keep our hopes
But you can go after the poor man. There was a lady in Canada that was living in Canada.
That was a death
she's going
threat.
to poison the Yoruba. She's going to poison the
Benin people.
Benin people based on her hatred of them. They have to go after that. When Wike said categorically that he's going to put fire in some PDP states that try to intervene in the matter of River State, he said it, and nobody is going after Wike. Why will Wike come out and say he's going to put fire in PDP state? Well, automatically you said you are going to destabilize the peace of the federal of the so-called country. Why that Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu was the president of the country, that somebody under you said he's going to destabilize the peace of some state, and you are not coming out to say anything about it, and the IG is not going after that person? Then you send some settlement. Yaya Bello is still there on the run. Nothing has been done.
Now you want that.
But some protesters.
That America,
that
Britain man. Now you see the reason why the man is saying if he comes, they will kill him. All right, we've come to the end of news review today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on the X account, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom